Hey y'all, it's your girl Valhalla here, back for another video, um, and this time it is a little bit of, let's do some parenting advice. I haven't done anything on that in a while, and I don't know why people keep asking me about it. They never like my opinions on it. But for some reason, since I have 4 kids, I manage to always get tagged into stuff. I think especially since I have kids on the autism spectrum, I have kids who have had developmental delays and speech delays, things like that. And I take kind of an odd approach, so they just figure that, I don't know what they figure. So, here we are, painting my nails and talking about parenting. First off, let me just say, I don't think I'm a parenting expert. I think I know how to parent my kids, and even each one of them requires something different. I can't parent them all the same, so I would not presume to tell anybody. I don't like giving broad advice unless it's on something that I've seen even in my own kids and kind of mirrored by or echoed by other people, that it's just something they've generally experienced as well. And I go, well, at least enough people have experienced this that I can kind of make a broad generalization about it. For the most part, I try to kind of, you parent your kids the way that works best for you. I'll parent my kids the way that works best for me. I'll respect you, you respect me. It's all good. The only thing you're ever gonna really hear me get bent about is hitting your kids, or spanking or smacking or swatting. I fucking hate your kids. And that's the only thing really that I'm gonna do the broad blanket statement on as far as that goes. But this is something that people have asked me a lot, and I don't understand. How did you teach your kids to roll over, sit up, crawl, walk, run? The big one I've seen a lot of is crawling. I guess a lot of moms are really freaking out about their babies not crawling on a particular timeline. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I got 4 kids. I don't remember when any of them crawled. I just knew that I was like, oh shit, now they can get into stuff. Here's the deal. Y'all need to chill the fuck out. Your baby, and this is a big one, they bemoan the laziness of their baby. When you realize they're talking about an infant, that they think their infants are lazy because they're not rolling over or crawling or whatever. And I'm like, a lazy baby. No, your baby's not lazy. People wanting to know, people talking about punishing their kids, and then you figure out they're talking about punishing, again, an infant or a toddler. Here's the deal. Your kids, barring some kind of medical condition or a medical problem, for the most part, your kid is going to figure out how to roll over. walk. Some kids don't crawl, they just skip straight to walking. Um, they get there eventually. All of mine are there. um, that's the thing, and that's the thing. Like, my youngest one actually started walking at 10 months. Couldn't talk till like 2.5. So, you know, there's just a wide range of normal. Here's the deal: if you're worried about your child not meeting their milestones as quickly as you'd like, talk to their pediatrician at their well visit. That's part of what those are for. You can bring up those concerns and ask if it's an issue. Because most of the time it's not. And if it is, a lot of the time the appropriate treatment can be simply to wait and watch and see if physical therapy or occupational therapy is needed, and not to jump the gun too fast. And it's frustrating as a parent, I know, but just sit the hell down and shut up. Because you can't teach them. You can't make them. They're going to do it on their own, like with so many other things that parents freak the hell out about. Stop. Your child, again, barring a health condition or an injury or something like that, will roll over and crawl and walk and run and talk and do all those other things. They're not lazy if they don't do it when you want. So here's what you have to do. Okay. You have to stop taking your kids personally, and you have to stop taking credit and blame for shit that has nothing to do with you. Don't take credit because your child talks, early or walks early or anything like that, and don't take blame if they do these things late. This is just part of how things work. And you have to let go of that need to control that. You have to let go of, like I say, the blame and the credit, and you have to take your hang-ups and issues and expectations out of the equation. Because that's where I think a lot of the pressure comes from, and a lot of the frustration comes from, and a lot of the just, negativity comes from. And we have to change the narrative, and we have to change our inner dialogue and the conversation in general around children. It tends to be very negative. Again, obviously people feel like they can just hit their kids because they're mad. They view children in a pretty negative light. For you to insinuate that your child, that a baby, that an infant is lazy, like you're really, really reaching there to put blame on a baby for something that no one can control. So how do you teach your child to crawl? How do you teach your baby to crawl? You sit the fuck back and let them. And if they do it, great. And they may not. They may just start walking. How do you teach them to walk? You fucking don't. They will walk. They'll start pulling themselves up, and they'll grab onto a couch, and off they go. That's just the way so much of life works. So just calm down. Have a beer or glass of wine if you need to, and if you're really worried, talk to their doctor, and if everything's really okay, then just let that shit go. There are going to be way bigger things to worry about. Trust me. So I hope this was helpful advice. Once again, I don't know. People always get mad when I give parenting advice, so here it is anyway. But that's it for now, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.